Spinach, we add some spinach. Now, plant-based meatballs. So the story behind this meatball, it's actually a pretty interesting story. So when plant-based became, you know, came on the scene a few years ago, QVC said to me, Daniel, what do you think about making a plant-based meatball? And I'll be honest with you, I struggled with it. I'm like, seriously, a meatball made out of plants? And we worked on it for about 2 years before we presented it to QVC. And I tried it, and you can't tell the difference between the beef meatball or the plant-based. And the first time I went on air, I was in a plant-based show, and I was a little skeptical. I wasn't sure, and it sold out. It actually oversold, and we started shipping them. And then people started calling, and they started messaging and putting up all these reviews saying, this is like, I can't believe it's not real meat. And it's not. So this particular plant-based meatball is made with a plant-based protein that we created at Mama Mancini's. And then we add all the same ingredients that you get for the meat, for the regular meat. So this is a vegetarian plant-based item. And it's a great option if during the week you decide, you know what, I want to go light on the meat this week, or on a Monday. Some people have what they call meatless Mondays. This is a perfect item for that. That was from the airing from a couple weeks ago, where we cut into these. And what you're looking at is a plant-based meatball. And side by side between the plant-based meatball and the all beef, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. And we marry it with the sauce. So these come like this. Now, this is the only item that we use a black back, because the rest, as you know, if you buy our products, it's always clear. But that is an indication for us and for you, even though it's labeled, it's plant-based. So we don't mix anything up. In each one of these pouches, you're going to get five 15-ounce pouches, 25 meatballs in all. And this is item M67401. This is feature price at $59.99. It's also on Easy Pay. 5 Easy Pay at $12. Now, this is M67401, and this is not on auto delivery. And the reason for that, quite honestly, is when we make the plant-based meatballs in our facility, we have to shut everything down and just make these. So we try to limit how often we can have these on air for that reason. And so if you're a plant-based person, vegetarian person, these are perfect for you. If you eat meat like I do and a lot of people, and you decide maybe one day a week I'm gonna maybe go lighter and not eat meat, but you still want a meatball, this is for you. If you have a friend who is plant-based and who's a vegetarian, send these to them. Do a bill, and where you go on, you tell them that you give them your credit card, you buy it, and they'll ship it off to anybody. They're going to absolutely love it. And the first thing they're going to say is, I promise you, if you try these or you send them to somebody who's a vegetarian, who's using plant-based, they're going to call you up and they're going to say, are you sure these are plant-based? Because they taste like meatballs to me. And that's the truth. They truly, truly do. And again, you're getting 5 of these pouches. They arrive frozen. These will stay frozen up to a year, just like the regular meatballs. Leave them in your freezer. Take these out the night before, put them in your refrigerator. They will thaw out by the time you decide to use them, whether it's for lunch the next day or it's for dinner. Open up the pouch, put it in a skillet or a pot, put the heat to medium, put a lid on it. About 5 minutes, when it starts to bubble, remove the lid, stir it, and just get them warmed up. Again, these arrive fully cooked as well, and it's just absolutely delicious. So that is so this is item 67400. Mama Mancini's 5 15-ounce bags. You're getting 25 vegetarian plant-based meatballs. Again, we use all the same ingredients as we do with our beef, except we substitute the beef for a plant-based protein. It has Romano cheese. This has Asiago cheese, the onions, the garlic, the parsley, everything you expect to have in a real beef meatball. This is for almost 5 pounds of food. Again, there's 25 of the meatballs, so you're getting 5 pouches, 5 meatballs in each. I would say 3 meatballs is more than enough to have as a serving, and you're talking about 8 servings. So that's 24 meatballs, and that one extra meatball you stick on your plate because there's 25. And again, it is item 67401. It's 5 15-ounce bags of plant-based meatballs in sauce. We make these ourselves. This is done in our facility. That's what you're getting when you get this home, and sauce. So it's absolutely delicious. So those 5 meatballs. I'm going to cut one open for you over here. Let me put one on the cutting board. Let's see if I can get this angle right. My buddy here has me on a turn. And then I believe there's a question coming in. Here we go. Yes, they do. This is a vegetarian plant-based meatball. We do use gluten-free breadcrumbs, but we do not, this particular item, we do use gluten-free breadcrumbs actually, but it's not we don't certify this one as gluten-free because we're making it in our facility where we're using gluten. But if if you want something that doesn't have breadcrumbs in it, this is for you. It does not have breadcrumbs in it, and it arrives frozen. It has cheese in it. So we have the 2 cheeses and we have whole eggs. So it's a vegetarian, uh, perfect for if you're a vegetarian and you want to try meatballs, this is perfect for you. Or if you have a family member who's vegetarian and wants to try meatballs. But I'm telling you, when you try these, you're going to be sold on it. And I think, are we on order? No, there's no order delivery on this, right? No order delivery. No order delivery. Yeah, there's no order delivery. So yeah, and again, this is something we make just for QVC. You're not going to find this anywhere else. You'll only find this at QVC. And each package comes with, again, 5 meatballs and sauce, more than enough sauce to sauce these meatballs. And here you go. It looks like that. And again, we use that black plastic on it with where it says plant-based meatballs. And that just keeps us, so we know also in our facility that it's the only one that has that. Arrives frozen to your house, stays frozen up to a year. And that's item 67401. If you're a plant-based vegetarian person, perfect for you because now you can enjoy some meatballs. It's my grandmother's recipe. And, what I tell people, because, I have friends who say to me, plant-based, seriously, your grandmother's around. What would she say? I'll tell you exactly what my grandmother would say. My grandmother always made sure that she had something on her dinner table for everyone to eat. You showed up at my grandmother's house and you didn't eat meat, she'd have vegetables on the table. If my grandmother was here with us and she tried these, she would approve of this plant-based meatball. It's absolutely delicious, and it's gonna take place of another vegetarian item. So I hope you enjoyed my 1 hour here on QVC2. Thank you so much for joining us. So next up is Gourmet Holiday, and thank you for picking up those jars of sauce. And again, if you're thinking about the roll-ups, grab them. There's only a few left on the roll-ups. So thank you very much, and stay tuned for Gourmet Holiday coming up next. It's going to be a great show, and I'll probably be shopping for more food too. Thank you, everybody.